Well, do you think that your experience so far has justified the decision to take up this land so far up the valley and establish the vineyard here?
Oh yes, Murray, I feel that the results to date have proved that we have certainly done the right thing, because even already we have been awarded several gold medals and silver medals from wines that have been made from grapes grown here at Wollongong.
Just briefly, what were the reasons why you decided to come up here when so much of the wine growing is centred further down the valley?
Well, it's a matter of getting the right amount of territory, getting the right land and getting the right amount of territory. And while there are still areas of land in the Pacolban area that would be suitable for grapes, those areas are not available for purchase. So we had to look for suitable land and a fairly big area, and hence we finished up here.
What does this season look like turning out?
Well, 1968 was very much in the balance until we got the good rains of January of this year, and those rains have helped very much to swell out the grapes, and I feel that the quality of 1968 is going to be equal to 66 and 67.
Mm-hmm. Good, but perhaps not great then, eh?
Good, but not great, yes.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, you yourself have been associated with the wine growing industry for many years, many of them at Dalwood down at Branxton there.
That's right, Murray. I came to Dalwood in 1941, and I've been in the Hunter Valley growing grapes, or assisting in the growing of grapes up to the present day. That's 27 years.
Now, the company has decided to move to Muswellbrook, and the Branxton property came on the market, and you've bought it.
That's right, Murray. Probably sentimental value, but it's a good area. It's a nice place to live, and I feel that perhaps in the years to come it will grow grapes again.
You've got that in the back of your mind?
Well, could be. I haven't made a final decision as yet.
Coming back to the grapes that you're crushing at the moment and will be over the next week or two, what wines do you think are going to be the best that you'll make this year?
Well, this year, in addition to our Blanquette, of which we've grown a lot since coming here, we have a fair quantity of Traminer coming into the winery to be crushed. We also have a fair quantity of the top quality red, that is the Cabernet Sauvignon. That's in addition to, of course, our Hermitage and all the other white varieties that we grow. We have 19 varieties in all, so I anticipate we'll have some very good wines coming from some of those.
As a man who makes wine, are you also a man who drinks wine?
Well, I do enjoy drinking the right wine at the right time, yes.
Well, Mr. Van Volholen, it appears that you enjoy your drinks too.
Quite frankly, yes. I've been in the wine industry all my life, not just having been born into it. But I must admit that I do thoroughly enjoy wines with live.
How about this vineyard here? Are you satisfied with it? After all the doubts which you must have had at the time of deciding to move here, are you satisfied with it?
Well, I can only say that today is a culmination of a lot of perhaps worries, discussions and everything else, that we can without doubt say that we are now absolutely happy with the complete project.
But you did have your doubts at the time of deciding to spend all this money here.
Well, yes, I think when one considers the amount of money that we have spent here.
How much is it, roughly?
Well, it's in the vicinity of $1 million, and actually will exceed this before we've completed. We'll be up perhaps into close on 2. But for the wines which have come from the vineyard so far, particularly in view of the fact that the grapes being reasonably young, or the vines young, we've had show successes with them. But I think the most important thing is that our own wine tasters, plus myself, because I came through the winemaking side, are very satisfied with the results we're achieving now, and we know that when we get the new continental varieties extended further, that we'll be able to even improve on what we're doing today.
If I was to press you, would you nominate one wine from here which you think is the best?
At the present moment, I think it would be the Blanquette. With the continental varieties, the Pinot Noir and the Cabernet Sauvignon, I think this is going to give us the opportunity of producing some really magnificent reds from this area.
And so the best is yet to come, eh?
I would say yes, this is quite correct.
Well, let's enjoy the present vintages and have another.
Right.
Cheers.
And it's been very pleasant to have you with us today. I think it looks as though everyone's enjoyed themselves, and we trust that you've enjoyed it with us as well.
We certainly have. Thank you.
Yes, and the best.
This is Canberra's NBN 3 at the Sealer Farm just south of Wyong. This is an institution where men from all over the state of New South Wales who are in the grip of alcohol or drugs come to seek help. As you can see, the farm is run by the Salvation Army, and this in itself is enough to bring criticism from a great many people. An organisation that vows never to touch drink, trying to help alcoholics. Many people have said, what right has a Salvation Army officer who knows nothing of the problems of drink, what right has he got to try and stop someone drinking? You have a fellow on one hand who's lived a good life, who goes to church every Sunday, trying to help a man who's had problems, who considers himself a tough, hard-drinking man. But this is not the case here. It's run by a Salvationist called Bill. Bill himself is a hard-drinking man, or rather was a hard-drinking man. He was a sailor, he's been around, and now he is trying to help people whose problems he really understands. Well, that was Sealer Farm. 15 months ago, it was swamp country. And then a group of men who'd been outcast by society, led by a man who himself had drunk himself out of marriage, a job, and a place in Well, that was the farm. 15 months ago, swampland. Today, land that produces pigs, cattle, poultry, vegetables, and they were the men of the farm. A short time ago, outcast by society, men without hope, men with nowhere to go. Today, useful citizens building up this part of the country. But it's not the end of the story. On Thursday, the word came from the Electricity Commission. All this land will be resumed. A power station will be put up here soon. Progress has come to a halt here. They can't expand. They can't take on any more men. They can't go ahead with plans to make this farm self-sufficient. Now, they either have to find somewhere else to go or call an end to this entire program. Ken Boys, NBN 3, reporting from just south of Wyong.